Okay.
This is Darby Manor now, I've decided.
Yeah, we don't have a good depiction of like what the inside of Darby Manor looks like. That could
Let's
be it.
commission some high quality new Cammack fan art.
Thurgood doesn't get to sleep here, but this is what it would look like if he ever got to go
Has
inside.
Thurgood been inside Darby Manor?
No,
yet?
they told him to go to the garage, and then he slept in the car.
You sleep in the car.
And that old dead homeless guy slept in Darby's bed.
That's some of the funniest shit that Thurgood was convinced to sleep in the garage.
I had to download multiple memes of me waiting and turning into a skeleton because people just keep leaving me places.
I mean,
I've been abandoned multiple times, and now everyone got fucking abducted, and I'm alone again.
The homeless guy who was occupying your space is dead, so it's technically vacant real estate.
One good thing happened.
But we're still not letting you take it. Like, that's the bear cub's bed now.
Okay, I'm friendsing on you now.
That's the guest bed. It's for people we care about.
Yeah,
It's for company.
Let's start the session and see if we can kill off any PCs today.
Sure.
Oh, why? It's so thematically appropriate, but god damn it, Blake. Why?
You led my best friend into certain death, and I am a Brujah. I have anger problems.
You got quite nettled.
I was providing him an opportunity for a better life, and he was willing. He came along.
You were
he
providing
was
him
all about that.
You were providing him an opportunity for afterlife.
Yo, if he had survived this shit, he would be flush with cash.
I like how now we're having just like a real life argument over Onion Jack.
You willed him into the game, and now you willed him into the human realm.
He's my friend.
Was your friend.
He always lives in my heart. My heart
killing
will,
me isn't
my
gonna bring
heart
him
will
back.
go on.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, but it will do me the solid of getting rid of you.
Why is that an objective?
Wow.
Because you're bad.
I'm not bad.
Because you're bad.
You killed my friend. Okay, anyway, we're half role playing now, so we might as well get into it, huh?
All right, I'm ready.
Yeah,
Is everyone else ready?
We didn't talk about
Red leather, yellow leather. Yellow leather.
And is everyone recording their audio?
Yeah.
How now, brown cow? Yes. we're good.
Dumitrescu.
All right. Welcome back to New Cammack. We begin this session in a haunted house at the end of a dead-end road in a quiet, upper-middle-class neighborhood on the northeast side of the city, a neighborhood which is bordered by a river, across which lies the forest where Onion Jack's brother Jasper lives with his band of gold prospectors. In the last session, I didn't really say where this was, so now you know. In our last session, the gang entered this haunted house in search of their missing hobo BFF, Onion Jack, bringing with them Augustyn's new mortal friend, Teddy Linkletter, who believes that the outing was for the purpose of holding a pet playdate for his ferret, Augustyn's bear cub, and Thurgood's squirrel. Inside the house, as Teddy supervised their pets in the living room, the PCs encountered a collection of oddly international ghosts, including an anachronistic Scottish warrior, a Russian cosmonaut, and a Japanese seppuku victim. Prince Archibald Excavo, Augustyn, and Thurgood soon found themselves in a basement covered in Egyptian hieroglyphics, where they found their beloved Onion Jack, or rather, his ghost. They learned that after Augustyn recommended Onion Jack for the job of investigating the reported haunting, the poor hobo died of a heart attack upon entering the house. But in the middle of a heartfelt reunion with their ethereal erstwhile indigent, a strange noise was heard, and Onion Jack's ghost appeared to be pulled down into the earth, where he disappeared. But not before mentioning that 2 paramedics had stumbled upon his body and for an unknown reason dumped it into a nearby storm drain.
We have been tailed by a mysterious duo of people with presumably false names. They did come in an ambulance. One Perry Medic. Does that ring a bell?
Refresh my memory. What was their other? Was it Terry?
I think it was Terry Medic, the Medic brothers.
Okay. Yes. So Terry and Perry were the two.
We go now back to that basement where Archibald has just succumbed to a grief-stricken murderous frenzy, which is currently directed squarely at Augustyn, who has himself just smashed a tomato into Archibald's eyes. Everyone needs to roll for initiative.
So, hold on.
All of us?
I didn't even... The circumstances I put him in didn't even kill him. He just had heart disease and died of what would otherwise be natural causes. You baboon!
Well, I think the fact is, it's
just too late for any of this.
I'm very, very grief-stricken and enraged about him dying in the first place. B, what set me off was also your reaction to it, because while I was in the middle of grieving, you very nonchalantly were just like, well, guess I'll go back upstairs, and then I lost it.
I mean,
it
all makes sense. I'm just saying, the circumstances, I am technically not the baddie here. The dude could have died turning a corner and being spooked by an unsuspecting anybody going, wah! And he would have gone, and just died and probably, like, apologized for dying in front of them, because that's kind of
regardless, Archibald is in frenzy, and you can't unring that bell. So...
What are the dice for initiative again?
Just roll one die.
God, I hate you. Not you. The other you. Fuck.
What do you get to add to this?
Your wits plus celerity plus dexterity.
So bad at initiative rolls. Why?
Is that your 2?
Yes. I add +9 to initiative. Cue the roll for the YouTube kids. Cue this up. Just the clown shoes initiative rolls that I've done. I don't think I've ever rolled above a 4. Unbelievable.
I got the same as you.
Oh, those are with your addition. Okay. Yeah, I had 9 plus another 9.
Yeah. That's the kind of roll I want.
Let's start a Smashing Pumpkins tribute band called Smashing Tomatoes.
Okay, also, I just looked again at my weakness. I can't spend willpower to avoid frenzy, but I can spend it to end a frenzy that has already begun.
Can you just end this frenzy?
You can spend a willpower point to pause your frenzy for 1 turn, but it doesn't end until it finishes playing out. That's how that works.
Well, then,
what do we mean by play out? What are the conditions for what we are entering here?
Yeah, then what are you seeing where it says you can end it in some way?
It's on my character sheet.
Yeah, you can definitely spend willpower to pause it. One willpower point will pause it for 1 turn. Since you botched the roll to avoid frenzy, you are in frenzy until the storyteller says so. And I think we're waiting until something that seems to adequately abate your fury. And we'll see when and if that happens. It might be worst case scenario that Archibald is frenzying for the rest of the night. Hopefully
quick,
not.
Just semantical? Well, maybe practical. I did smash a tomato in his eyes. Does that provide him any negative buff to initiative or his rolls? Is he?
Does he have a disadvantage on his roll?
Perception rolls.
Man,
Sure.
I'm already seeing red.
But not Heinz red.
I
Yeah,
was already seeing Heinz red.
we'll
I was
say
seeing
that's
red and gold.
He's gonna catch up to you.
that'll be a penalty to perception-related rolls until he does this.
Heinz 57 to the face.
But hey, that takes one action. So
He also has
that's a
celerity,
penalty.
so he can do it really fast, but then maybe his eyes
Well,
will just come
yeah.
out.
Also, now I can jump very high inside the basement.
All right, so first in the initiative order for declaring actions, Augustyn,
Proud of yourself.
what are you going to do? You have a sickle at your throat, and you just mash tomatoes into the eyes of someone who is already upset with you.
Do I still have seedlings on me?
Yeah, you.
Oh, you're
at
really
this
going to
point,
try and do this, huh?
You have magical pockets that just have whatever botanical stuff you want in them, at the
Okay.
cost of looking ridiculous all the time.
I wouldn't be surprised if I looked like I was wearing like 2/3 of a ghillie suit under like cargo khaki pants.
Pretty full
But
pockets.
I definitely grab some deadly nightshade seedling and attempt to lodge it in Archibald's nostrils.
Oh my gosh.
And
I thought you were going to do
Assuming
something with the
success.
tomatoes that were already there.
assuming a success on that, attempt to cast Speed of Seasons Passing.
Okay, well, that'll be a dexterity
It was just like a batarang.
dexterity thing. Okay, so Excavo, you are nearby. Do you wish to do something to interfere?
I'm a pretty weak character when it comes to hand, so
I think you need to have more confidence in yourself.
I think well I don't know. I want to figure out a way to distract cuz I've been in a frenzy before, like I got you.
What if everyone starts whooping Augustyn's ass? Just like
Could I like
it's about
Could I,
time.
like,
The raw catharsis of collectively kicking my ass calms Archibald down.
This
might
is
be
for the
dumb.
garage.
That's my name.
This might be dumb, but I'll try it anyway. I want to try and use my aura reading powers to figure out what would get him to calm down.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sure.
Like what? Like knowing exactly
You've never
what
done
triggered
that
him.
before to know that. Ah, okay.
Can I do that?
You can read Archibald's aura, and I can tell you. Yeah, I can tell you what the aura, what you see. So we will wait until
Why
you're...
not? I am a safe distance.
Okay.
For me.
So the answer is actually you're doing nothing.
It's going to look like she's glaring at Archibald.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so
Very helpfully glaring.
what about Thurgood? Who has access
So-
to all of Darby's disciplines? We've said.
Yeah.
Oh no.
So I thought about this. I actually rolled for this. I think he does face that exact moment of indecision, seeing the prince attacking someone in his soul that he feels sucks. And he looks and he sees, and that part of him wants to go for the kill and join in the fight. But Thurgood is in control, and he has seen this type of predatory behavior before, and his animal handling skills are kicking in. He wants to try to wrangle the prince, so he's going in for the grapple. He's running right in. I'm not sure if he would instinctively burn for anything. Like, I don't know if he would know enough to burn for celerity.
I think that can be instinctive. I think it's fair to say that just happens.
Okay, yeah. So I think that he decides when he wins out over Darby not to go in for the kill, but actually to try to grapple Archibald from behind and just hold him from murdering Augustyn.
Okay, so you're burning for
Oh no! Yeah, Yeah, I think I am. I don't really know if that's going to be helpful, but yeah, I'm burning for celerity, and I'm going in just instinctively. Like, he's just, like, going in with everything he's got to try to stop what he thinks will be a near instantaneous murder.
So, Archibald, knowing all of this, and knowing that your target is Augustyn, what do you do? You have the sickle up and ready.
Yeah. How much, like, mental capacity do I even have right now? Or am I just pure instinct
Yeah, does he have
attack
a say?
mode?
I think that you still have access to all of your disciplines and all of your mental capacity. The beast has taken over in setting your priorities. Your priorities are rage out, cause destruction to the thing that pissed you off, and it is blocking off any sense of like what the consequences of any of your actions might be. But I think given that, as long as your actions are destructive, you have free reign.
Oh, wait, so if I do have like enough wherewithal, then like my ideal action is gonna be like, okay, I know he's a plant boy. I know he's just seeded my eyes. I can't see, so I'd probably like de-seed my eyes and try to like rub the tomato off my face before attacking.
That would take a turn, right? To like pull seeds out of your eyeballs.
Or just like rub my jazz clean.
Or at least typically in D&D, like a round is like 6 seconds.
I think go ahead.
I was just going to say, I realized I only declared one action, so I'm not really sure if instinctive celerity is doing me any favors.
Oh, yeah. Do you have additional actions?
I'll just keep it for the dexterity bonus. I think maybe just forget it, and I'll
Oh, okay.
I'll save it for the grapple rolls.
Yeah, I do also...
Well,
This
Archibald...
might also not be very good.
Archibald also has access to celerity and 2 additional actions, if you would like to take them.
Oh, then yeah. I'll take 2 additional actions. I would like to do that, and now seeing that Augustyn is trying to move threateningly against me in return. Let's see. Nah, I'm not gonna sickle his head right off. That'd be too mean. Because I think I want him to like suffer. So I think I have the one
about to end this man's whole career.
Let's see. If I have... I'm trying to think of the logistics of this. If I've got him in the sickle with 1, and I've used another hand to rub this means I don't have hands on my hammer.
Correct.
So I think I'm going to rub my eyes out, and then just do some repeated punching for the actions that I have.
Okay. So first action, eyes, and your 2 celerity actions, punch.
Yeah.
All right. So we're now in our attack phase. You spend your first action, waiting until. You're rubbing the tomato seeds out of your eyes. So you do that.
Yeah, because I guess like if I'm moving at this point, he hasn't done the nightshade yet.
Yes. So you do that immediately. Thurgood. To hold, that is that strength plus brawl? We've done this so many times.
Yeah, it's weird. I have gone for the subduing grapple before.
Yeah, give me a strength plus brawl roll. Archibald, do you want to describe that?
I actually get that. I get that specialization, so it's really 4 successes because I'm grappling.
Damn.
This is my thing. So, yeah, I think
4 times.
Again, like I'm operating on animal instincts because I realize that I'm seeing someone who is acting in a beastly motivation. So I'm just like, I know he's not really focused on me. I'm sneaking up behind him. I'm downwind, whatever. And then I pounce on him. and try to get his arms pinned to his side. I'm not like trying to get him to drop his weapons or anything, but I'm trying to hold him still and calm him down.
All right.
No, that's your friend. Don't do it.
I love how he's still like whispering basically, and he's got him like, he's your friend.
So
Yeah,
you're attempting to grab him in a way that restrains him from being able to attack?
that's correct. I'm trying to slow him down and hold him still.
Okay, can we call that like
I think that's what happened.
like a full Nelson or something?
Yes.
Just
Sure. Yeah.
just to visualize it.
I think that's what we did when I was going through this frenzy. I was just like held down for a little bit.
Yeah, I've seen this work.
Augustyn, no friend. Jack friend.
Do we think like hearing a gunshot would calm everyone down? Gun.
You could
that
find
might
out.
spin him off
I could
into-
just shoot it in the not at anybody. I don't.
Your
know,
character might think that's a good idea.
Yeah. She has not been in a lot of fights.
Excavo, please roll perception plus empathy, difficulty 8.
Intriguing difficulty.
She said,
Oh, that's just the standard difficulty for this.
"Oh, standard. Okay."
No.
I think I have
Standard for
5
this
dice?
is 8. You got it. You did it.
Yay! What did I figure out? Can I also shoot my gun?
3 successes. You do not have celerity to do that. I guess you could have split your dice, but it's too late now.
Yeah, it's too late. Maybe if they continue for another turn, that's what I'll do. It's like, hey, calm down.
So you stare for a few seconds at Archibald's aura, and you can tell for certain that he is a vampire, and he is in frenzy,
Yeah.
and that the frenzy,
No, I would like read his mind.
you can tell
That's a
that
different thing.
that he has a mind,
Yep.
and
That wants to be read.
so what you're going for is, what would console him, and the aura is of someone who seems pretty inconsolable by anything other than violence.
Yeah, I would then, on the next turn, just.
Augustyn, please
would do.
please give me a dexterity plus brawl roll to get deadly nightshade seeds into Archibald's nose.
Not the worst I've seen.
I see 2 successes. So, you did that. You planted the seeds in his face. Now, Archibald has 2 punching actions that I'm going to say, so since he is held, he can't change his action to a different thing, but if he is still doing the punching motions, both of those can effectively be attempts to break out of Thurgood's hold. If he was planning on just swinging his arms, that's how we're going to translate that. So 2 strength plus brawl rolls, and
Does the fact that one of my hands has the sickle in it still change that?
I don't think that makes a difference
Greg gave
here.
that point.
Okay.
I think
You can hold a thing and punch with a held
Okay.
thing at the same
Okay,
time.
because I intended to do it with the same hand while still having you there. So
this is how it's going to play out. So for this first celerity action, Archibald and Thurgood will both roll strength plus brawl plus potence and compare those.
So I just rolled that. You want me to roll that again?
Yeah, that's what you rolled to get the hold, but there would be a separate roll
Then to keep
every time the hold is challenged.
Okay.
wow, I rolled really poorly. Thank you for everyone involved, and you rolled really well.
Okay, so for this
He's
first
having
one,
the most lackluster frenzy ever. Ugh.
so let's do that one more time.
Maybe someone just needs to shout the word comrade to get you to.
Can I
Honestly,
carry over the
good
successes
work.
from the first round?
I don't.
Maybe
think so.
that's what I learned.
4, 5, 6 minus 1 is 5. Yeah.
Yeah, still beat me.
I'm not a rapper.
Oh, wow. Okay, so Thurgood has successfully held on to Archibald.
That's right. That's right. Calm down.
Augustyn, what are you doing now?
Is trying to talk with him an action, or do I have to, do it
You can
now?
talk and do a physical action.
Okay. Comrade! I didn't intend for his demise! This was for us, not just me!
To yell comrade.
I loved Jack just as much as you! Not as much, but I loved him dearly nonetheless! Don't make me grow your face!
Grow your face.
Yep.
Well, does Augustyn
Seems
have
right.
a physical action?
Yeah, I cast Speed of Seasons Passing.
What? You jumping?
Grows his face.
I'm held down.
Grow in his face.
Okay.
Well, who knows how long that's gonna last for? If you get out, I'm pretty much fucked.
Whole season.
I've got
Damned if I
him.
do, damned if I don't, because if I kill the prince, I'm sure the Camarilla will kill me. But if I don't kill the prince will kill me. So
Do it. I'm second in line. Do it.
Speed of Seasons Passing.
Excavo, what are you doing?
Yeah, I need to distract them, I think, because I know if I get tossed in there, Augustyn might grow my face. So, I don't want to be in the middle of that. So I want to yell, "Hey, comrades!" And I just shoot my gun into the ceiling.
Okay. You can do that.
I need to distract them.
And Thurgood, are you continuing to hold Archibald?
Well, it's festive. Do we have any fireworks that we can light off in the house? It's festive.
I'm gonna cry when, Paddington and the pet play date are in the floor above us, and you kill Paddington, sending me into a frenzy.
I'm like, no,
I was just about to
it's
roll
not
for
like
that.
this. It's like to the corner, because I don't want to go through the ceiling. Shoot in the corner.
Well, I'll wait until
Animals are
she actually
nice.
shoots.
They smell corners.
No.
Thurgood, are you just holding on to Archibald?
Yeah, I'm just grabbing and squeezing.
Juice
Holding,
him!
squeezing.
Juice him!
Archibald, what are you doing, and are you burning for celerity again?
How many actions can I do normally?
Just one.
So, I mean, obviously, I'm going to try and blow my nose.
Huh.
Get those seeds out of there so I don't die.
I don't think that's even a roll.
All right. Well,
You just
I'm going to
exhale. Yeah.
I'm going to exhale strongly to get these seeds out of my nose so that my face doesn't grow.
Does that get all of them, though, is my question. I mean, I had 3 successes. I could have embedded them in your sinuses with my super vampire strength.
Well, I
He
also
just
have
puts
the
them there and then just
super-
does one of those.
I also have super vampiric nostril strength with which to expel.
We don't even
them.
need to
Vampires
breathe.
smoke from their noses.
What
We'll-
do you mean?
Sure, we'll call that strength plus potence plus athletics roll to see if he can successfully breathe out. Let's say one success
Difficulty
clears
2.
one nostril. There we go. Do you
Thank
wish
you,
to burn
Judge.
for celerity and declare actions for your 2 celerity actions at the end of the round?
I think I would, because normally I'd be conservative about them, but if there's a possibility for me to do more stuff, I think in this mindset I definitely would. And okay, so for my next thing, I think Excavo has actually done a good thing, and I think the gunshot does convince me to turn around and look for the source of it.
Oh.
But I think that my eyes catch the mural again. And since I still have my wits, I'm looking at it, and like my frenzied brain is trying to process this. I'm seeing the images of the ghosts, the spirits being pulled beneath the floor, and my brain is making connections. So I'm going to try and reach, like break free and grab my hammer.
Okay.
Which I am going to use not to sledge Augustyn, but I'm going to try and yell, Jack! Jack, back! And attack the floor. I'm going to try and dig underground and bring him back.
Get him.
Which I think is justifiable because the source of my true rage and anguish and frenzy is the loss of Jack more than it is Augustyn specifically.
Okay, so your declared action, it could be like this. As you're going to try to get out of the hold, and as soon as you do, you switch weapons and start attacking the floor.
Yes.
Because I'm gonna say, so in the rules for Frenzy, if the player wants to take an action that the storyteller thinks doesn't actually address the target of the frenzy, that the character can take that action, but it just spins. You burn a willpower point to do that.
Okay.
I think that since this was a very Augustyn-focused frenzy, turning your attention entirely away from him, you could do that, but it would just cost willpower points, of which you have 5.
I think I want to do it. I want to get Jack back.
Okay.
I'll do that.
All right. So first action. Oh, what did I say? Strength plus athletics to see if you can clear your nose. This actually is combat.
I think you said
important.
potence as well.
Oh yeah, sure. Because diaphragm. Yeah, that's a muscle.
Okay, so that's 7. Okay, let's see here.
Yeah.
Okay, I will die, I guess.
No, you got 1.
I see 1 success, so you cleared
1 nostril's worth.
You cleared 1 nostril.
1 nostril.
I still have another nostril. I could still die here.
Thurgood, you are still holding on. When Archibald is taking his celerity actions, you will need to be part of that opposed roll to see if you can hang on to him. Excavo, you doing that preemptively?
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I thought you were calling for it.
Oh no. It'll come up soon. Excavo, you pull your pistol out and you fire it
towards the corner. I'm not just going straight up.
Oh,
I'm at a corner.
I remember you doing this. I remember you pointing up.
Do I need to do it like this?
Oh, you didn't need to do anything, but
storyteller's the judge.
What room's right above me?
You're about to learn.
That would take a gonna say an intelligence or a perception roll or something like that, which you were free to contemplate in the near
for your
future.
next action.
Yeah. Augustyn.
Uh-oh. Oh no.
Hey.
No. Did I just shoot the bear?
Anything could happen.
Hey, you might have shot in the human man, too. Is he down here with us?
Anything but the bear.
Oh no, the ferret.
He's in the living room. Augustyn, I'm gonna need a will.
Can he not hear us down here? I just shot a gun.
This has been going on for all of like 6 seconds, so
Yeah.
who knows?
We're in the second round.
Augustyn, please give me a willpower roll against a difficulty. Speed of seasons passing, is that level 2?
I would have heard
That is, in fact,
no.
level 2.
All right, willpower roll, difficulty 5.
Alrighty. advanced dice roller because I had 6 dice to roll. Do gonna murder my friend.
Man, that's mean too, because I'm really trying hard not to murder you in spite of it all.
3 successes.
4 successes. 5 successes.
Oh, difficulty 5.
Only needed 1. Now give me an occult
That's
plus
quite a
intelligence
few.
roll, standard difficulty.
3 minus 2, so
Yeah.
1.
1.
So 1.
So I didn't kill my friend.
That's good.
Yeah, okay, so out of one of Archibald's nostrils, a roughly hand-sized deadly nightshade sprout starts to grow out of his nose with roots taking root in his sinuses. It's
So blowing your nose will not save you now. I assume.
Just rip it out.
I mean, that sounds painful and gross at the very least.
I'm going to be impressed if this ends up being like an actually like combat effective technique. It's like your head is now my terrarium.
Put him in the ears, you know.
Who knew his brain was such fertile soil?
Potatoes in
Cranium, more like terrarium.
Archibald, give me a strength plus brawl plus potence roll, and Darby just did his and got 6 successes. So you would need to, I think, exceed 6 successes.
Yeah, it's not gonna happen
break
because
out.
I only have 7 dice.
Nope. And do that one more time. Both of you.
I get to roll again as well.
Yeah.
I am
One success.
so sorry, Archibald. This is
That's not my name.
He's going back.
Ready,
He's going
sign
back
it.
in for the kill.
I think you just brought my attention back to you.
Back into frenzy. You said my name wrong.
So Thurgood succeeded on that second one?
Yeah, so much. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 minus 2. So 5 successes.
Okay. Well, new round.
Too good.
Augustyn, you have a plant in his face. It
So
seems
fucked up.
clear that he's... It seems like he's going to try to break out of Thurgood's hold and continue trying to murder you. What do you do?
I'm gonna rinse and repeat. Second verse, same as the first.
So does he have to lose
Archie!
willpower for intending to do something that he was not allowed to do?
Wait, what?
Oh,
what?
yeah.
What?
What was he not allowed to do? Oh,
So if I never did the stuff, I didn't have to like use my willpower, right? Because it never got to that point.
I mean,
He did.
you wouldn't have been able to attempt it at all if you hadn't have spent the point.
Yeah, Archibald spent a turn trying to do a frenzy inappropriate thing, so that still counts as an expenditure of willpower.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Ouch.
still clasping Archie's head. Comrade! Justice for Onion Jack is only available on the other side of the horizon that is not murdering me. Please don't make me grow your face.
Just again.
You've already grown it.
Further!
Rip.
So is yelling your action?
bold.
If yelling doesn't yield any results, I cast Speed of Seasons Passing again. He's restrained.
Okay.
This is just so fucked.
To what effect?
Think Ant-Man Thanos.
You're trying to like pop his head with a plant.
I'm not a physical guy. I've got
But
roots
clearly,
in this
it seems like you're a very physical guy since you're trying to murder me now.
You have fists, you have fangs. So, Excavo.
you just grow enough plants to restrain him? Like, do you have to put him in his head?
If this one doesn't kill him, I can technically
it's not gonna kill
follow up with a Dance of Vines and add restraint to him with my Deadly Nightshade, which is technically a vine.
Down for a little bit. I don't know.
This vine that's protruding from his nose now binds him into a dreadlock.
Do people in Frenzy just like tire out after a little bit?
Yeah, after a scene.
Yeah.
Usually, if they don't botch.
So we just need to like. Do we think they need help just holding him down? I probably could do that.
Well, is that your declared action? You've just fired a gun, and no one
like,
seems
so I tried
to
to distract him. Tried to like look into his brain. Try to distract him. And I'm like trying to think back to like what happened.
If only
like,
yes.
I think it just needs to be held down.
Maybe
What happened to you when the Teenage Mutant Ninja Hunters got you?
They staked me in the heart.
Oh.
No one has a
But
stake.
But like that felt so awful.
Well, yeah, but it's very effective.
Do we even have a stake?
Well, we should start carrying them around.
I can't stake someone in the heart with a gun.
Theoretically, okay, so this is meta, but like...
Stakes in the kitchen. Okay.
Yeah, kinda.
Thurgood Darby has technically currently got Archie in restraint. I have already committed to some lawful...
Like, if what we want to do is stake him, I don't have a stake on my person.
Wait, what are
but
stakes?
you have a
What are
pistol
stakes
in
made
your
out of
hand.
again?
You can pistol whip me and, like,
Plants.
stop me from, killing Archi.
Archai.
I mean, does it have to be anything particular that goes through the heart? Could just be anything?
Specifically
It has to
wood.
be a wooden
It has to be
pointy
wood.
stake, yeah.
Like what is made out of a plant?
Well,
I
actual
don't have
tree.
any wooden chunks on me. My God.
Not
Can you
yet.
grow
Not
a
a
tree
psychopath.
real quick?
I mean, a root wouldn't count.
I mean, I don't know. If you had enough wood mass to make a stake out of, I think it would probably work.
Like, what else is down here? Like, is there just a... I don't know, it's a dingy basement. Sometimes they just have random wood.
Do they have, like, support beams?
We're really
Let me see, I'm
spiraling
holding up
here.
the
Can I roll to do a
Fine,
wood
not that
check?
far. A wood check? I
How
can't
much
do like
wood
a...
would an arch
They do like a
check.
Just a perception roll. Just to see if anything could be turned into a stake.
Anything nearby that can be turned into a stake. There are, there are wooden ceiling beams that none of the... I mean, you could...
I know I'm not strong enough to pull off a ceiling beam.
You're a vampire, though.
There's nothing that was established in the basement that resembles a stake by any means.
Okay, so you can't stake him.
Can we say Excavo is out of ideas for this round?
I was gonna help hold him down if that's what we need to do, just to
That is an
keep him in
option.
place and
You could
keep him in
do-
pace and let him tire out.
If you wanted to do something physical, yeah, you can help hold Archibald down.
Okay, I feel like there's something that people are suggesting to me that I'm missing.
Yeah, there are social and mental things that you could do too. You know,
I tried to read his mind, but I got laughed at.
you can take
so I
a
don't
glance
know.
at your character sheet and see if something jumps out at you. But yeah, you can default to just helping hold him.
Okay.
Do you want to do that?
Yeah.
Wait, but does he need to be held if he's about to get murdered? Like, are we not worried about preserving Archibald?
Just the plant? You think that's gonna
You are.
just take him down in one turn? I totally believe that Augustyn would have that much faith in his magic, though. Be like, fear not. Fear
Seed.
If his arms
like
are
the seed.
restrained, he can't pull it out of his face. It's already got roots in his sinuses.
You
It's a
need not
fist-
restrain
a
this
fist-sized thing
vagabond.
protruding from his nose. Like,
just
one
gonna
more
rip it
cast
out.
of this, if I have more successes, that's encroaching into cerebral territory with the root system alone.
Thurgood, same thing. You're just holding Archibald.
Yeah, and whispering sweet
let's wear him
nothings
out.
into his ear.
Let's wear him out.
And Archibald, still trying to get out and attack Augustyn?
New strategy. Because, I was almost distracted by another idea of trying to get out and then dig up Jack's ghost. But you see, something other than the gunshot has now drawn my attention, which is Augustyn trying to grow a plant in my face. So my attention has been drawn squarely back to Augustyn. And it's clear to me that I am not, out grappling this. So I am switching strategies. How much more can I burn for celerity? Am I still good to do that this turn?
You have 9 blood left. So
Yeah,
you can burn
I'm
for
gonna
celerity
keep doing
for 9 turns.
Okay, I will burn for celerity again. The first thing I do is something that I still have never done before, that I'm very excited to try now.
Are you going to do it?
Dread gaze.
Yes.
Yeah. I am going to dread gaze, I think Augustyn, obviously I can't do it to Thurgood because he's behind me. And you see, I'm not much of a brute strength kind of person, so after I dread gaze...
Wait, you were talking about how strong you are, all the time up until
I am
now.
very strong, but if you look, my major proficiency is not with brawling and just punching, but I still have my sickle in my hand, so I'm going to do a cool, right now I have it held out in front of me. I'm going to do a quick reverse grip and swing back at Thurgood to try and attack him to get free instead of just breaking free brute force. Because in a full Nelson, I would still have access to my arms.
Is that how he's holding you?
I think we established full Nelson, right?
Yeah.
So
if I'm
full Nelson is hands up.
Yeah.
If he's hooked into my thing, I still have a range of motion with my arms, and then since the sickle is conveniently hooked around, I think I would be able to slice behind me effectively in a way that I couldn't with a sword.
Full Nelson does not look like it offers a lot of range of motion.
Would I physically be able to do this?
I think there's a middle ground that we can have here.
Or does he have my arms up here?
Well, his
arms are under yours and strapped around the back of your neck, so your arms are kind of stuck up, and you can bend your elbows, but you can't move down.
Can I curve back like that?
Here's how I think I'd interpret it. Since it was Thurgood's intention to immobilize your arms so that you couldn't use them to attack, but it also makes sense that he's very close to your sickle. I'd say that when the two of you roll to break out, for you to break out of the hold, you will need one more success than Thurgood to break out. Any additional success over that you make counts as successes on an attack roll. You were trying to break out and attack him at the same time. And if you do an extraordinarily good job breaking out, then it'll also be an attack rolled into it at the same time, which I think is a decent middle ground. And even if you do succeed, it won't be an extraordinarily successful attack because it'll have a chunk of successes taken away from it automatically.
Really, what I'm mathematically trying to do is trying to use melee technique to break out.
Got it.
Trying to use weapon so that I can access those dice, basically.
I think it'll still be strength plus brawl because you're using all upper body and just kind of incidentally there's a sickle involved. But for that dread gaze, please give me a charisma plus intimidation roll, difficulty 5.
Ooh.
I don't have to do an opposed roll of any kind?
The difficulty is set by your wits plus courage, which is 5.
Okay.
Oh.
What did you say I'm rolling?
Charisma plus intimidation.
Plus presence?
No, just charisma plus intimidation. You're using presence, but it doesn't affect... You don't add that to your roll.
Okay. Oh.
While he's rolling this, I just want to say it's alarming how much of the default Google image search for Full Nelson is pornographic.
Oh,
God damn.
Like, an alarming amount.
Just one.
One success.
Is Full Nelson like a sexual position too?
Can be.
There's some
I
there's
guess-
some butt plugs, there's some futa, there's some like it's weird. It's Anyway.
The butt plug surprised me.
You never go full, Nelson.
Okay, so you got one success on that. That subtracts 1 from Augustyn's action dice pools for the next turn. For the remainder of this turn, I guess. And I think that is... How long does this...
Hold up. Have I rolled for the second season's passing, or is this like leading into
No, you go last.
Okay.
No, wait. Do I get an action to... Does it take an action to pull the plant out of my nose?
It would,
I don't
yes.
think your arms can reach your
You
Yeah,
get 3
that would be
actions though. So you got
You'd
Can
have
you
to
just
break
pull it
it
out,
out
or has it
and-
been rooted?
Oh, yeah,
It's
I
been
can't
rooted.
get to it, huh? I don't have my arms.
You'd have to use an action to break the hold and one to get it.
Man,
I
I
think.
wish... I want to go back and redo my actions if I still have to use Brawl, because I'm not going to win that. There's no chance.
Oh no, you don't.
Like, for real. Like, you have 11 dice to my 7.
Hey, who knows what'll happen?
That is.
I mean, you've had several spectacularly bad rolls. Your luck is bound to break at some point.
So, Archibald, would you care to describe your successful dread gaze, which does, in fact, cow Augustyn? Like, what do you do to be scary?
I mean, I just, like, get all serious and look at him all scary with my dread gaze. I thought it was, like, a power, basically.
Oh, yeah, no,
where I
it
just
is, but, like...
Look at it just, like, it's real scary. I don't know. It's hard to roleplay a look. I think it would be a lot like Blue Steel from Zoolander. I just kind of like shift and let me.
Okay.
And then Augustyn's like, Magnum.
All right. So dread gaze is in effect. Thurgood is holding on to Archibald. Excavo, you are also trying to hold on to Archibald. Is that right?
Would me, like, giving him a command work in this scenario? Would he listen? Like, because he's frenzying. So for me to use dominate and be like, freeze.
Well, you would not be able to change your action to a different offensive action in this turn, but in the
Okay,
next turn,
so that's what I'd want to do in the next turn.
You could attempt dominate, but for now, give me a strength plus brawl roll to see if you can also get a hold of Archibald. You got 3 dice for that. That's something.
I do.
No successes, but
No. Yeah, I'm just gonna.
Commendable
I'll use dominate
attempt.
next turn.
so Excavo tries to run up and grab Archibald too, but there's just so much commotion. She misses.
I shoot my gun again. I'm kidding. Just in the chaos. Pew, 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 pew.
Augustyn intended to do Speed of Seasons Passing again on the Deadly Nightshade in Archibald's nostril, but is under the effects of Dread Gaze, and
So I get 1 less dice.
one fewer die, and also you have to recoil from Archibald, and you can't attack him in this turn. And so in this round, Augustyn cannot do the action that he declared, but Steve, do you remember how this works? Is Dread Gaze supposed to be for a scene or for a turn? It doesn't actually address that in the rules for Dread Gaze.
I think if it was a scene, it would be too absurdly powerful. I think a turn makes more sense.
I think that's Maybe true.
It's like a level 2 presence power. Level 1 gives you like a...
Yeah.
Well, I don't know what it does in the new version, but like getting complete immunity for anyone you're looking at for an entire scene seems completely overpowered for a level 2.
Oh, also, Augustyn has the option to spend willpower to resist presence for this scene.
Hold on. If I were to do that, what would the benefit be?
You would not be affected by Archibald's presence for the rest of the scene.
So I would get my dice back? Or like, what's the practical application? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm not
Is it that I wouldn't be able to do it to him again?
I think that you can spend willpower even if you... Yeah, if you're under the effects of it, you can still spend willpower to just break free of it. So you can follow through with the original action if you spend a willpower to do it.
Then, yes. Yeah, I'll buy that magazine. I subscribe.
Okay, give me
I thought Dread Gaze was supposed to be some kind of cool power.
You could do it. You can continue doing it for...
Didn't he just burn willpower for the rest of the scene, though? So it wouldn't work?
Yes, yeah, that is true.
Yeah.
But anything that you could do to reduce your opponent's willpower is good, because once they run out of willpower, they like basically can't do anything at all. All right. Augustyn, give me a willpower roll, difficulty 5. I see successes. Now give me an intelligence plus occult roll. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 successes?
Out of 8.
So you get to dictate what happens with this nostril-embedded deadly nightshade sprout.
Wait, really?
Really? You're just going to kill me right now, Augustyn?
I'm going to say that... Oh, man.
I'm not...
Is it your intention to do damage to him?
Yeah, Augustyn, what are you trying to do?
Like, I'm
here?
squarely held down.
Given how potent that is, I don't want to explode his head, but I am definitely going to have the root system clutch and crush his eye holes. To remove his eyes. And potentially collapse his nasal passage. Like, he's going to lose this part of his face.
No, that's not your
as
your
a means
intention's not to
of,
hurt him,
like,
right?
disabling him from harming me.
No, your intention
That's so
to
dark.
calm him down, not
Is
hurt
that-
him. Jesus.
All right,
Is
best
that
I
what
can
you
do.
would intend to do? Is to blind him? Is that your intention?
I went without an eye and
The
a hand.
root system crushing his eyeballs.
But this
Fucking
would be
dark.
forever, right?
Okay.
He can grow them back.
No,
What do you?
he just has to. It's annoying to grow him back, but he can do it.
So here's how that plays out. Crushing implies like movement, like your other power, Dance of Vines, which you can
Just
do.
an eye. Just an eye.
One eye.
Yeah, eye for an eye. I lost an eye, he loses an eye.
However,
He didn't lose.
the plant can absolutely grow to cover his eye in a way that's rooted in there pretty well. But the crushing is something that I don't think a growing plant would do on its own. But we can definitely give him a plant eye patch that sprouts up instantly and amazingly. So that happens. And
now he has a plant mustache. It's coming out of his nose. A half mustache.
it's very silly, this fight. So Archibald...
Just planting this contained man.
I just want everyone to see that was like the best possible thing that could have happened.
Okay.
Like, his powers went off.
Of course, not in time to save Darby, but just enough time to almost potentially kill the prince if I wanted to kill
You've
the
not
prince.
done any damage to him at all.
There's very little potential for damage, to be honest. And it would be bashing. Let's see. So, Archibald and Thurgood, I need strength plus brawl plus potence rolls from both of you.
It seems weird to me that these actions are declared and now a plant has grown out of my face and I'm still doing the same thing that I would have had a plant not sprouted
just
from my
having
face.
To go backwards and forwards through each round.
It's kind of like killing my role-playing vibe a little bit, but okay.
I think it's supposed to be interpreted like all of these things are happening in nearly the same moment, but just off by a second or a split second, and you don't honestly have the time to completely change your strategy in that split second before committing to it and something in your environment changing. So if you think about everything in the round happens almost simultaneously, then I think it makes
and he gets to declare last, right? Because he's fastest, so you get to know what everybody's going to do.
Oh, so I should
then
start
you get to
reacting
decide
to that. Okay.
Yeah, that's your advantage of being the most initiative, is that you get to hear everybody else's plans and then make your choice with what you want to do.
And then I will take that into mind now. Oh wait, so we're doing this again, right?
Yes, one more time. Second verse, same as the first.
He can beat that.
I didn't though.
Oh,
so I got one success.
One success versus 5 for Thurgood.
That's a botcherino.
Mine would be less.
That.
So this is the beginning of the third round?
I think so, yeah.
So what would a botch in this struggle get for him? Is that a counting toward him being subdued? He just couldn't even muster the effort.
I would say that
go ahead, sorry.
Oh, if Archibald botched, I would say that would represent something like the shoulder pops out of socket and he is less able or unable to struggle against the hold.
All right.
So, Augustyn, you have grown some stuff into his eye.
Am I able to disengage? I've got a deep-rooted plant. I've got one of his eyeballs.
Been touching
you
his
really
face.
got him right where you want him. He is so planted right now.
I'm missing a shoulder.
Missing a shoulder, missing an eye.
I mean,
you're not missing a shoulder, no.
Well,
it's out of socket.
Popped out of socket.
Yeah. No, you didn't botch, though.
He did.
Yeah, I did.
Did he not?
I see a
10 minus 1 again.
Oh no, it's only a botch if there are no success dice.
Oh, okay.
Not if it just ends up negative.
Right on.
Okay, so you're just
really
plant and you're he's extra
that can't
subdued
be right.
or extra restrained. Is there any way to externally pull somebody out of a frenzy?
There are supernatural powers that can do that, and none of you have them. Also, people can attempt to talk about a frenzy with using empathy, but the difficulty is going to be extremely high, given that that he botched on the roll. And to clarify about botching, if any of your dice come up as a success, then regardless of how many ones you get, it's not a botch. You have to get no successes and at least one, and then that's what a botch is in this system. So you can get negative successes without it being a botch.
I'm going to continue screaming at him, but attempt an empathy roll. And
you're empathetically screaming at him?
After after taking my eye.
I understand your pain. I am sharing my prior pain with you to demonstrate the irreversible connection we have together. I lament the loss of the magnificent humanoid being that was Onion Jack, and he is never gone so long as he exists within our hearts. I understand what you're going through, and I wish to continue working with you. I know you're in there. Please come back.
Wilson!
Okay, so this is your declared action? You're going to try to talk him out of frenzy?
Scream talk. But yes.
Okay.
Especially now that I'm able to disengage and like not be in harm's way.
Excavo, what is your declared action?
Yeah, I want to use dominate and direct. I feel like I can only do it to one being, so Archibald, but I want to tell him freeze.
Okay.
Everybody chill.
Cool.
Cool out. But that's 2 words. So just one. Freeze.
And Thurgood, same thing. You're just trying to hold on to him?
Yeah, I think that's my vibe.
Okay. And Archibald. So you are still held by Thurgood pretty solidly. And both Excavo and Augustyn are trying to manipulate you.
Can I increase the difficulty of what I'm trying to do? I'm trying to like point him at the dominate. Like I instinctively know how dominate works because I have it too.
I assume that all of you are in
like
the
working
same...
together.
Yeah, you're in like a circle together.
Okay.
Is this a frenzy intervention?
Yes. This is an intervention.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, first question, Archibald, who in this group are you paying attention to?
Oh, Augustyn, for sure, because he just took my eye.
Definitely.
Yeah.
You still have it.
And
you
now I'm
can't
just
use
like
it.
raging out more and more and more. So any chance they had of like calming me down by holding me has just been exacerbated by Augustyn's actions, I think.
And I don't see how Excavo is going to get your eye contact
when I'm missing one.
Can I like shake? I'm holding on to him. Can I not like?
Oh, you failed the roll to grab him. You're just standing near him.
Do I shoot my gun again?
Nice to meet you.
In the next round, you possibly can.
Wait. So we already know that what I'm gonna do is not gonna work. So I still have to do it.
What you're gonna do will work if you get his eye contact, which might happen.
Okay, so then I have to do an action to get his eye contact, which I can't do until the next turn. So then this turn won't work.
We will have to see if Archibald gets like eye contact with you.
It's like he only has one eye with which to do that.
Yeah.
Well, shit. Yeah. So my action's not going to work.
It seems like he's defeating your attempt in this turn by ignoring you, which, he can just do. It makes a lot of sense that he's doing that. But what else is Archibald doing?
So I've been trying to break free and struggle a lot. Suddenly, Archibald just kind of goes limp. He stops trying to move, stops trying to struggle.
Oh, it's a fake out.
He's
just
groaning. He is groaning with pain from his eye. Ugh, Augustyn. You're right, comrade. I'm sorry. Thurgood, let me go. I want to make up with Augustyn here.
No.
And I think to make my performance all the more convincing, I think... Wait, how does it work? If I can spend a willpower point to pause my frenzy, right? Would that make for a more convincing performance? Or would that take me out of the frenzy enough that I would legitimately try to be doing it? Because what I'm going to do, since breaking free isn't working, I'm going to attempt like a impassioned, expressive kind of speech and some manipulation to get out of the hold.
You would give a speech while in frenzy.
Try to talk me.
So I'm not sure if to do that, would I need to...
So are you trying to deceive me? Are you trying to deceive me as if you're not going to try to kill him?
I feel like I would sense that right away. I already
go?
called it. Yeah. Like, multiple people would realize this. You know, if other people were to, like, let you go, I would aim my gun at you.
Well, because you're not using a supernatural power, and this is like a strictly social thing that you're trying, there wouldn't really be a roll for it. It would just be up to the other players if they believe
No.
you. Unless if the other
there's
players
no-
are...
No fucking way.
Oh, and that's not fun either because I just gave away my plan thinking it was going to be
Exactly.
like a manipulation roll. Cool.
For
I would have like
They-
actually
I know,
acted
we're
it
trying to
out
like...
if I'd known there wouldn't have been a roll.
If your targets want to do a roll,
I feel like there's
just
something we
voluntarily.
have to do that none of us are getting. Like, we're all missing something. And until we do that, we're just... Like, this doesn't even feel like I'm in combat.
Well, no, let him see how manipulating he is. Let him do a roll, and I'll play it. I'll give him a fair
Yeah,
shake
because if
here.
it's not even a roll and we get to decide if we
'Cause
believe in it or not, I would
Thurgood-
obviously not.
How
I
many
wanna see
successes would break Thurgood's... would convince Thurgood?
I think
Less so
3 successes Thurgood like fully lets go. 2 successes he like loosens up enough that you could turn around and like do some kind of attack or something. Like you could get out of my grip enough to get one of your arms.
Or
free.
maybe you aim him at me while I use
Yeah.
dominate.
Yeah, well, no, I think
I like
no
that.
successes is he ends up getting pointed right into the dominate.
I think
Like,
that's
okay.
a fun
It
way
just
to play
works
it.
out badly. So yeah,
do
I
a
like
roll.
leaving it
Yeah.
up more to chance like that.
Yeah.
Okay, so Archibald, we're in the attack phase. That sounds like a manipulation plus performance roll. So I will need, 4 dice.
all right. This is a very appropriate set of rewards on 4 dice.
Yeah. Okay, let's see how we go.
Do.
this is where you're just gonna crit out and just Superman Hulk
Or I just
smash
lose.
out.
Oh my
again.
god.
3
He got
successes.
3 out of 4.
3! Oh no, he's being let go.
So
Yeah.
Thurgood is convinced that the frenzy is over. Is that right?
He doesn't really know what frenzy is.
This
so
is
he's
new
like,
to him, yeah.
"Oh,
Yeah, he
you
hasn't had
seem
that
back to
explanation
normal. Great. We were pretty worried about you there for a second. We thought you were going to hurt our friend."
And I really, really liked the idea that Excavo gave me of turning him towards the dominate. Or was that Steve that said it?
Steve.
yet. I think
Oh,
it was
I really
us.
like that
It was
idea
us, yeah.
of then turning around and forcing your eye contact with her.
Or even just you turn him to face me and let him go towards me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, if that's the way we want to play that out.
Is Archibald now looking at Excavo?
Oh, no. I'm looking
But
at
I-
Augustyn.
No!
Okay.
Augustyn, having heard your impassioned speech that so convinced Thurgood, still doubting Thurgood, but feeling a modicum of like, yeah, I understand where you come from, friend. I am glad to see you return to your senses. I look forward to it, and just generally like, kind of still stepping back, but otherwise not.
I don't think I would I
wait,
don't
where
think I
are
would
we at in the
immediately try to like attack or anything. I think I'm gonna let it play out for a few seconds. Yeah.
I did actually find there are rules for doing rolls when someone's trying to get someone else's eye contact who's resisting. So Archibald needs to make a willpower roll against a difficulty equal to Excavo's manipulation plus intimidation, which is 5. Difficulty of 5. Difficulty is reduced by 1 because Archibald only has 1 working eye. So,
So 6?
willpower roll.
Thanks, Augustyn.
Difficulty of
6?
4.
Anytime, Sean.
Oh, difficulty of 4.
Yeah, because you were
Oh,
trying
so it's
to
lower
avoid.
because he only has one eye?
Well, yeah, it's harder to get his attention.
Yep.
But I only need to get one eye's attention.
But if you're on the wrong side,
True.
I don't know if I'm on the wrong side. I
Your
don't know where
chances
we're
were
at
cut
the
in
room.
half.
I don't know where we're at in the room. I see a 10. Oh,
I got
no.
3 successes on that one too.
So he's fine.
Make
No.
sure. Yes. So this time in this round, you failed to get his eye contact, but you can keep trying to get it in subsequent rounds.
Yeah. Yeah.
Are we on to
This would be
Augustyn?
round 3.
Did Augustyn take? Oh yeah, Augustyn is going to try to to talk him out of frenzy, I want to call this manipulation plus empathy.
Yeah.
Difficulty, man, at least 9.
That
So
is pretty
4,
wild.
8. I have 8 dice. Difficulty 9.
I
Okay.
think 10 might be more appropriate, but let's go with my first instinct. Let's go with 9. To just, and what, you were yelling at him and... What?
3, 2, 1. 1 success. I have a success.
That
Oh
one?
my.
And one of them was a 10.
So here is what I'm going to say. That does not, because this is a botched frenzy. This does not take Archibald entirely out of frenzy. It allows Archibald to roll self-control dice to see whether or not he remains in frenzy. You're giving him the chance to break free of it. Archibald, go ahead and give me a self-control roll. Difficulty 8.
Oof.
Big oof.
Well.
The hits just keep rolling in, man. It's a bad night for Archibald.
Wasn't
dice.
another botch though, so
It wasn't another botch, which would be like double frenzy, round 2. Like, I would guess.
Okay, so that is the end of the round. You hear a voice of someone else who is now... You guys are near the bottom of the basement stairs, all kind of in a huddle. And at the top of the stairs, Teddy has opened the door, and he's looking down, and he says, "What are you all doing?" Augustyn, what action do you declare?
Passing snacks, comrade! And, like, fumbling, try and produce enough tomatoes for the pets and, like, shoo him back up the stairs.
You're throwing tomatoes at him?
Ooh, hiss.
Fumble handing him tomatoes while also, like, in proximity, trying to shoo him away from the scene.
Got it. Excavo, what about you?
See, I don't want to use an action on him. I'd rather use an action on Archibald to get him to calm down.
Yeah, you can do that.
Yeah.
You want to try to dominate him again?
Do we know that
Yeah,
he's not
can I,
out of
like-
frenzy?
Can I grab him by the shoulders?
I still seem like unfrenzied, right? Because I just gave my
I don't believe it.
speech. Oh, you don't
I
believe it for a
wouldn't-
second? Okay.
No. I grab you by the shoulders, look you in the eye, say, freeze. Like, just to have you continue to not.
Okay, that'll be another roll for eye contact, but
Yeah.
you can try that.
I will grab you by the shoulders. Like, here you are.
Thurgood, from your perspective, this guy's frenzy has just ended. He's calmed down. Also, Excavo is grabbing him for some reason. Augustyn is throwing tomatoes at his friend Teddy up at the top of the stairs. What do you do?
Because, that's what you do with your friends.
Yeah, I don't think I really have anything to do. Like, Teddy's distracted me. I think, like, I'm just, like, cleaning my glasses. I think this whole thing is over. Like,
Okay.
I'm completely disengaged from the situation.
And Archibald, I think you have free movement at this point. What do you do?
Well, I think if Excavo tries to whip me around, I think I would close my one eye.
What?
If she successfully does it.
No,
But
we're trying to stop you.
until she tries to do that, I think... Well, I'm still in frenzy, like, full on. So
like,
I'm...
would you know? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, what if you're in frenzy, would you
frenzied. How
actively
much do
be
you really
trying
know?
to get out of frenzy? Or would I because I think I would single-mindedly still be going after Augustyn at this point.
Yes, your overriding goal is to fuck up Augustyn.
Mm-hmm. So I think
Unless if you're spending willpower, that is out of your control.
so we'll see at what point if Excavo is able to grab me and do that. But I think I'm still like using my manipulative powers and kind of like I'm reaching for my hammer and being like, "Well, tally ho, gang, let's
Can I grab him by the face and like?
I'm grabbing for my hammer and I'm saying, Tally-ho, let's see what this mystery house is all about.
Freeze!
The gang's back together. Thank you all so much for doing. And I just nonchalantly be walking around my hand. Thank you all so much for holding me back as I'm like going to strike. And while Augustyn would be doing tomato things, I would just like whip him around in the back.
Okay, questions.
If I can make it that far.
Are you burning for celerity?
Yeah, that's a lot of stuff.
To pick up a hammer and to hit Augustyn with it?
It's more than I can do.
Three times.
I think I'm trying to just do the one action at this point.
Okay, are you actually doing it with your eyes closed? Or was that a joke?
So, I mean,
You
like...
couldn't just, like, close your eyes
Do it.
and swing.
Pinata
You've
style.
done it once with a bat.
I don't think you would, like, you would probably just ignore
I
what
have a
everyone
meme for
else is
this.
trying to do.
I think I would just go for... I would just be going for Augustyn, because there's no way to declare in my actions like a clause of, oh, she's trying to dominate me now, I'm gonna do this.
You wouldn't even be worried about that, right? You would be so focused on Augustyn.
Yeah,
right?
okay. My action is to try and pick up the hammer and hit Augustyn with it. I'm not gonna burn for celerity either, because I'm trying to be like nonchalant about it.
Yeah, burning for celerity. Pretty suspicious.
You also have the option to burn for potence to get automatic successes with your potence dice, if you want to do that.
No, it's all good, because I think, I'm expecting that after this whole deal happens, I'm gonna need my blood for when we fight another horseman in here, probably.
Maybe.
So, we're losing a castmate today. I think that's what's happening.
No, ideally,
One of us-
Excavo's
We're
gonna
not.
stop me right now.
Okay,
I'm gonna
so
do it.
So Archibald, that's going to be a dexterity plus melee roll to grab your hammer and swing it at Augustyn.
Oh, I love melee.
That's a lot of dice.
Yeah, it sure is.
Ooh.
No, I didn't get that nasty one, though. Did I get anything?
You got 2 successes.
2 successes, yeah.
You
Yeah.
you do have an active specialization because you're using your hammer. So 1, 2,
Oh,
3,
true.
4 minus 1 is 3. Yeah. So
Yeah.
3
There you go,
successes.
3.
Go ahead and roll for damage. That is going to be strength plus potence plus 2 plus 2. So strength plus potence plus 4 is how many dice you roll to determine damage.
90-10.
9 dice.
Oof. Well, sorry if this kills you.
3 successes.
And I think at this
Nice
point,
one.
I immediately have
Oh,
dropped my
missing one.
facade, and as soon as I start swinging the hammer, I'm once again just like, "Rah! Jack!"
Augustyn, please roll your stamina dice, which is 3. 3 dice, please. You soaked 2, and you take 1. Oh man, it would be bashing. And cut in
Yeah.
half, rounded down. You actually don't take any damage from that. You get hit.
I just feel like I got knocked upside the head,
Wow.
and while I'm trying to feed my pet snacks!
You you get hit with a sledgehammer out of nowhere, and it hurts, but it doesn't actually injure you. You brace yourself just the last second and absorb the blow. Thurgood has no action. Excavo.
Come here.
Okay, so Archibald needs to do another one of those willpower rolls to avoid eye contact. That is, willpower difficulty 4.
Oh no,
Oof.
that's a botch.
You got me.
Or no, that's not how you do it. But that's a failed roll.
Yeah, just no successes. So that means you
Thank
glance.
goodness, I'm finally got it.
You glance at Excavo as she is saying freeze. What is the roll? So, Excavo, you have the opportunity to roll manipulation plus intimidation, difficulty of 5.
Come on. Okay, there are 2 successes. Good enough.
What were those? Oh, it's actually the difficulty's increased by 2 because he's in frenzy, and I think you still have 1 success in that case. So for
difficulty equals the target's current willpower points.
Plus 2.
So that's 5 plus 2 is 7. Okay.
So I got a 7 and a 10.
Oh,
so I still have 2 successes.
Dope. Okay, so Archibald is compelled to freeze for 2 rounds, and Augustyn pulls tomatoes out of his pockets and starts throwing them at the mortal Teddy Linkletter.
In the interest of feeding the pets snacks and getting him the fuck out of there.
Is he just gonna run away? Like, oh, fruit.
Everything's fine. Here's some snacks. They'll be up
fruit.
momentarily.
So this is what Teddy does. He sees Augustyn getting hit with a sledgehammer and freaks out. His eyes get really wide, and he says, "Leave him alone! He's my best friend!" And he starts running down the stairs, and he looks like he's trying to get between Archibald and Augustyn, and he's reaching for something in his pocket.
Wait, I can't talk or anything during freeze, right?
You know,
I'm like done. Just like frozen.
Statue kid.
I think that the fairest interpretation of freeze is you don't move any part of your body, and perhaps humming is okay.
Okay.
Does that seem fair to everybody?
Yeah.
Chill out.
That means
He can make noise.
Okay.
Can you speak without the use of your... Yeah, you can sort of talk without the use of your...
What does
I
Augustyn
feel like he
do?
can't move his tongue.
Dude, I hate hitting my head on things, and like I feel compelled to finish the exploding super secret technique, but like I know that's not the move here, because now I've got a dude who's gonna break the masquerade.
You gonna kill Teddy?
Get out of my brain!
Are you gonna put a seed in his nose too?
No, I would just
mortals, he
train
just
him.
stabs him right in the gut.
Leave an
I apparently missed.
orphan ferret.
Bullet. Orphaned ferret.
He just add him to the fucking collection.
I turn
hungry.
to Teddy and try and like diffuse him reaching for whatever he's reaching for. Comrade, this is just extreme training. We participate as a community in roller derby. This is a toughening exercise. I apologize. The big tournament's coming up, and we simply must be ready for our greatest adversary. And my comrade behind me is just trying to toughen me up in my greatest weakness, which is those darn rascals clobbering me upside the head with mallets in roller derby.
Augustyn, Excavo, and Thurgood, do any of you have any like combat-like actions that you want to do? Because with Archibald frozen, we could take a beat and just have like a few moments of free conversation, free action.
I was gonna go try to grab Frozen McGee.
Okay.
Like, oh, you really put one over on me. Old Thurgood fooled me once, shame on me. Wait, no, can't get fooled again. Anyway, and then he just grabs you again. Uncontested, I reckon.
Yeah, it would be.
Do we think
Excavo.
he'd be intimidated? Yeah. Do you think he'd be intimidated if I were to like aim my gun at his face?
He's an NPC. You can do whatever kind of social roles you want.
diffusing!
No, to not to him, to Archibald.
I'm frozen.
Oh.
What? But it's not gonna last forever, and I don't know if that was enough to get you out of frenzy.
There would not be a role for that, but you can
Or
do that.
Or, I mean, what other weapons do I have? I guess I probably shouldn't be.
To substantiate my claim of
Because I heard the
toughening us
roller
up, you
skating
could
excuse. I probably should just, like...
break off a
pretend to
part
be
of the
buddy-buddy.
ceiling beams and stake him. Be like, examine. This is
We're
how we
not going
toughen
to
each
stake
other up.
somebody
and
in front of a
stake him.
human being.
You have a pair
That's how
of
tough we
blunt
are.
tonfa, and I'd say that
not
with
roller
enough
skating.
force, you could stab a blunt wooden object through his chest, but it would be extraordinarily
They're not
hard.
sharp enough.
The stake that you had this
They're
entire
not sharp
time.
enough. That would, like, obliterate his chest area.
That's
Yeah.
why he just said, with enough force, you could do it.
But in front of a human, though?
Yeah.
That's a whole other level. No. No.
How tough is this roller derby squad?
Is that what we
Do
were
you
hinting
want
at
our
when
team
y'all
to
were
succeed
like,
this
look
season?
at your character sheet, you're missing something. Is that what we were trying to hint at? Is me trying to stab him in the chest with a tonfa?
I was trying to remind you that you had dominate, which is the magic way to force someone to just do
Well,
whatever.
it's not going to last forever, so...
It's the magical brain stake.
I mean, could I just keep doing it?
Yeah. Yeah, you could.
Okay. Maybe I just keep doing that.
I mean, you can give him a more complex command too.
It can only be one word.
You have 2 dots of
Right.
dominate, and the second level lets you
I
do a complex
Mesmerize.
or conditional command.
I can verbally implant a false thought. Well, I mean, could I make him think that Onion Jack's okay?
No, that would be 3rd level dominate, where you're messing with like memories and stuff. But you can give them
Because
whatever.
it says I can verbally implant a false thought or hypnotic suggestion.
Yeah, it looks like I was wrong about it. You can in fact use the 2nd level of dominate to try to just convince him of something that's not actually true.
Is that a Pandora's box, though? Because if we get him out of frenzy, only for him to realize that everyone around him manipulated him into thinking everything was okay.
Oh, it is not
he gonna-
useful for planting illusions or false memories. So I can't, like, make him remember anything. Could I make him just forget?
Yeah,
That
what's
would
a
be
false-
that'd be 3rd level. So what would
How's
you
a
like
false
to?
thought different than a false
Yeah.
memory? Was it like what? What's the
Um,
line between a thought and a memory?
whether or not a contra.
Maybe Augustyn was okay.
Yeah. So
Maybe it was for the common
she
good?
would not be able to say like you never saw Onion Jack's ghost, or like she wouldn't be able to say you just saw Onion Jack alive and well. He's over there.
Yeah,
that
so I
that
could
would be
lie.
memory
could I tell him
manipulation.
that it's okay? Could I just tell him that Onion Jack's okay? That he shouldn't be so mad?
What if you told me that I did smash up Augustyn?
Or, like, Augustyn is dead?
Yeah, you just killed him.
Would that calm you down?
You got it. Like,
If you
I mean, because that's also a false memory.
that would be contradicting something that he's actively observing right now, which is Augustyn
Yeah.
standing and being okay and lobbing tomatoes around.
Could I just make him feel like Onion Jack being dead is not so bad? Like, because his spirit is still around? Like, and convince him that that's enough?
It dawns on me that this is
Because
backwards.
it's not a
but
lie.
be all zen about it and tell him to let that shit go.
You could try to, if you successfully console him using dominate,
Yeah.
then I think that could call for another self-control roll to see if he can get himself out of frenzy.
Okay. I'm gonna try and convince you everything's alright.
So then, and then Thurgood is grabbing what is, knowing all of this, what is Archibald doing?
I'm frozen.
He's
Oh,
frozen,
yeah.
and his
Duh.
eyes open. His eyes still
Frustratedly
open.
looking around with his one available eye.
He can't move it. He's frozen.
Okay, so attack phase, Thurgood does successfully another like full Nelson.
No, this time I'm just like bear hugging him, like around the side. I assume his arms are like down around his.
Okay, so you're trapping his arms too.
Yeah.
Okay, and he's still holding hammer and sickle. Excavo, go ahead and he's frozen.
I
assume. Well, I think a fair interpretation is if you got eye contact and you made him freeze, he would not be changing where he was looking. So you can just roll manipulation plus leadership, difficulty 5. Difficulty 7, actually.
Oh, I have one. Difficulty 7. Wait. Oh, because he's frenzied. Okay. Okay, cool. I have a 10, a 7, 9.
3 successes.
Dang.
Great. So yeah, I just try and convince him that, you know, I'm not lying to him, saying it's not that bad. Onion Jack's spirit is still, we saw it, it's still around. You know, everything is fine. We don't have to be so mad. That's not a lie. Just
That's a weird pitch. It's cool that he's dead. That your friend is dead.
No, his spirit's still
Life
around.
is
His
suffering.
spirit seems
He's
happy.
not doing that anymore.
He still remembers you. It's great. You're both still friends.
Archibald.
You have a contact on the other side.
Archibald, please give me a self-control roll, difficulty 6. Looky there!
He's out.
3
Yay.
successes.
I made it. Am I still frozen?
Are you out?
Yeah, I made it. I'm
Princess.
out.
You're frozen for a few more moments. In those
That's
moments, so Teddy, this awkward, bespectacled nerd, is suddenly in the middle of all of you, and is pushing Archibald and Augustyn apart from each other, and he's saying, I heard a gunshot. I don't know what's happening here, but I'm calling the police. You can't hurt my friend like this. I don't know what this is obviously not a roller derby rehearsal thing. We need to, are you injured? Are you injured, Augustyn? We need to get you to the hospital. Just in case, because you might not know. You might have a stroke or shock or something. We got to get you to the
combat.
Am I able to respond to his frenzy?
Yeah, are we still in combat?
I
see him.
We can restart. Yeah, we can go into combat round. What's everyone's intention?
Not a combat round, but as he is, at least my response is as he's like reaching for his phone and threatening to call the cops. I see him raise up his hand, and I slyly kind of grab his wrist and gently pull it down, reassuringly. And comrade, this is indeed a roller derby endeavor, and I must assure you, I am in the safest of condition, and I feel so much more magnanimously safe knowing that I had such a fantastical friend to step into the fold, and I might be in the wrong here, and I give him a smooch.
No.
Where do you kiss him?
No.
On the mouth.
Stop.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
On the mouth.
Yes.
With one hand, I bring his wrist down to pull the phone away. The other one reaches behind his neck, and I bring him in. I'm just like, mwah.
Wow.
Sweet. Am I unfrozen yet?
Unwarranted.
You are
Sexual harassment.
at this point. Yes.
I even before I started being unfrozen, my tear ducts were going at Teddy's plea. And then finally I'm released and I can move. And as I see them embrace and do a smooch, I'm like openly weeping. And I say, Augustyn, I never knew. You have an onion jack too? And I lean in real close around both of them. And I look Augustyn deeply in the eyes and I say, cherish him forever. Never let him go.
My God.
So Teddy looks very unnerved by the unexpected. Are you okay, Andy?
Andy's dying. That's Andy and Caleb right there.
For sure.
I really thought that was going to go in another direction. I thought you were going to like maintain eye contact with
kill his-
Augustyn
come in
while he just
for a smooch.
slit slit Teddy's throat.
Oh, I thought we were all going to take turns smooching.
Now that I'm not frenzying anymore,
the
I'm
vibe I
not
got.
gonna murder him now. If I was still frenzied, then I definitely would. I'm finally free.
So Teddy looks successfully unnerved, and you've given him pause because he did not expect to be kissed on the mouth at all. But he takes a step back, and he's trying to pull his wrist out of your grip, and he's saying, "Now there's something very wrong going on. Why is his face full of blood? And I saw you get hit with that hammer. These people wish you harm, Augustyn, and there's a bullet hole in the living room floor."
Wait, can I use mesmerize on him?
Yeah, you can do whatever you want.
Okay.
So he is. He's trying to go for his phone, and
Yeah. Can I just everything's fine, like this is normal. Just convince him that it's normal. Not that anything's I'm not lying. Just this is normal. This is normal roller derby stuff.
Well, he is hearing you say that while he is looking at his phone and trying to get it out of Augustyn's grip.
And
Augustyn,
I'm also gonna get my phone out and try and cut off the signal in the area.
Augustyn, are you keeping a hard grip on his wrist?
No, but my hand is slid from the back of his neck to under his jaw. You don't understand. Everything is truly okay. And I aim his face over at Excavo. For a dominate
this is normal roller derby stuff.
Okay, and Excavo, what do you say to Teddy?
This is normal roller derby stuff. Look, we're out on the rink, we get hit, and it feels like a sledgehammer out there. And we have to practice somehow.
And doesn't every roller derby session start with a gunshot?
We don't have any
like swimmers.
Excavo,
no, this floor is not good enough for roller skates. So, of course we're not going to have them on.
Excavo, I will need a manipulation plus leadership roll, difficulty 5.
I don't want to kill my onion jack too.
10, 7, 9, 5.
Easy.
So his arm goes limp a little bit, and he looks around at all of you, and he still looks kind of perturbed by the blood coming from Archibald's very strange-looking face that still has a plant growing out of it.
Yeah.
And he goes, I guess I don't understand how roller derby works, but if you say so, well, there's still a bullet hole in the floor.
It's fine.
It nearly,
no use crying over spilled bullets.
Almost winged the bear, but everyone's fine. Everyone's fine up there.
I shot the bear. I was anything but the bear.
I rolled for it. Came up. Okay.
I'm because then Augustyn's gonna go into frenzy.
So Teddy just kind of he's looking off into the middle distance, and he turns away from everybody and starts slowly walking up the stairs, being why? I thought I knew how roller derby works, but none of them even have skates on. And why didn't they tell me that that's what they were doing? I thought this was a pet plate. And he's just trying to sort it all out and talking to himself and slowly going up the stairs back in the direction of the pets he's supposed to be sitting.
On his way up, I try and walk near him with my arm around his back, waist, whatever. Just, my good man, bully on me for having conflated two individual activities and trying to be overtly efficient at the expense of social graces. My toughening exercises for roller derby should not have conflated with our pet playdate. Sincerest apologies. I do wish to, as it were, make it up to you and actually have a genuine, just a pet playdate. If you would please forgive my crassness in mixing social circles, as it were, I would be in your debt to try this again in a more singular sense. Do you see it within yourself to participate again?
And he goes, I'm sorry, what? I wasn't following.
Oh.
I behaved as a bag of dicks and tried to do two things at once, where I should have only had a pet play date. I had another thing that I did not disclose to you, and I truly, from the bottom of my heart, apologize.
I understand.
May we please just singularly try a pet play date once more at another time? And would you kindly forgive me for this misnomer of social ineptitude?
So you want me to leave?
With the parting gift of my deepest apologies and the smooch I produced for you, with the promise of we can try a pet play date once more, should you be so inclined.
Yeah, that sounds good. I do feel the need to make something clear to you, Augustyn. I cherish our friendship, but I do have a girlfriend. Her name is Madeline, and she is beautiful, and she is the love of my life. And I'm afraid it's an exclusive thing between her and me. So so maybe no more kissing. I just wouldn't want to get
terms entirely acceptable.
I don't want to get in trouble with Maddie. I mean, she would probably take offense. So.
He said maybe.
She sounds magnificent. I give him a good firm handshake to signify pact sealed, and help him collect our pets. And as soon as our pets are handled, gently shoo him out the door.
Okay. Does everyone else stay in the basement, or does everyone go up to the upstairs?
I mean, once the prince is like normal, I just like let him go.
So you open the door, you see Teddy looking very confused, collecting his ferret and going out to his car, and he gets in, he starts it up, and he waves kind of awkwardly, and he turns around the little cul-de-sac you're in, and he leaves. Actually, I think that's maybe where we're going to end this session.
May I make one non-combat roll? But with
yeah, sure.
With Archibald being out of frenzy, I would like to cast Speed of Seasons Passing for the opposite side of the effect. I would like to wither the plant that is protruding from his nose and grasping his eyeball. Cool. It does work both ways.
You spend a blood, and you spend extra time getting that done, and you succeed. And all of it, withers away and falls out of his nose and eye socket.
I make sure to collect the seedlings, because if they've fed on blood, then maybe they're doom seeds now or something. I don't know. But yeah, I definitely remove the plant from his face without having to rip it out or cause him harm.
I put a hand each on Excavo's and Thurgood's shoulders and say, "Thank you so much for helping me out with that whole Brujah thing. Funny how none of us got hurt in the whole experience, huh?"
Clasps the back of his head.
I need to start working out more. I thought I was the strong one. I hit Augustyn full on with my hammer, and it didn't do anything.
Yeah, that roll could have been better. And honestly, if Thurgood had not been there holding you, I think there would have been a lot more bloodshed.
Oh yes.
So where we are ending this session is that frenzy got resolved. There's still the question of, did Onion Jack's ghost go somewhere where you could also go? Is Onion Jack's body retrievable? There's some connection with the paramedics. And that is, I imagine, what we will be exploring in the next session.
There's so much to unpack in this session, but I do want to say, awesome improvisation as a gamekeeper.
Yeah.
And thanks everybody for juggling that.
Wasn't expecting all this to happen.
Yeah, that was like a whole like interpersonal melodrama of being brutal to each other. I was worried that I was actually going to have to kill you, and I was also worried I was going to have to die.
I was trying very hard as like a player to finagle rolls so that I would not kill you.
I'm sorry I was less good at that. I'm not good at...
Well, you also did no damage to me either. So.
Which I'm surprised at. You think you feel pain from like... having roots embedded in your face.
I was intentionally trying to use Brawl and stuff to get away, knowing that I would get outrolled on that stuff.
Okay.
But then I got frustrated because you kept trying to attack me, so then I changed my strategy and was like, okay, I guess we're doing this.
I saw your initial rolls being botches and was like, surely his luck's gonna break in his favor soon. And I have, like, very little combat skill, if any.
Oh, yeah, mine was just, like,
stats.
way fewer dice than Thurgood's, because
Darby's like, as soon as he gets out,
brawler.
I am just fertilizer. Like, there's nothing left of me. So I was just like, welp. Fuck 'em. I love you. Sorry I was less good as a player character.
Nah,
leaning too hard into the role-playing.
I was really hoping...
I decided at the end of the last session that Thurgood was going to try to break up the fight.
I was hoping that my whole trying to sledgehammer towards Jack's ghost would pan out, but it didn't work out that way. I don't know if it's literally the key to it, is physically going down.
Thurgood is really good at hugging, so sorry.
He is.
Well, what do we
what
do we think that we're going to be doing in the next session? What are the next steps for us?
I'm pretty certain that we're dealing with death here, and that he's present. So I
like in this house.
Yeah.
Do we do like a seance or something and try and get him to come out?
And I'm definitely going to want to get Jack's body as well from the sewers.
Yeah.
So, is the extraction of Jack's body next session then? Because we're sure as shit not getting it from the house. And we
just right out front and down the sewer grate.
Sounds like it. All right, we ready to spend experience points?
Yeah, I think I'm too low to get anything right now.
Yeah, you have 2. There's not a lot.
You just bought super jump.
Yep, can't wait to use that. Couldn't do it this week. We were in a basement. I would have just hit my head.
True.
But it's been a pair of legs dangling from drop tile.
Yep. Okay, I think I'm actually gonna head off. I gotta get going. But
all right,
peace out. See you guys.
Later on.
Take it easy.
Love you, dude.
We'll try to figure out when we can schedule a session next with all this craziness I got going on.
I'm sure we'll figure something out.
We'll figure it out.
Cool. See, this would have been a convenient episode for me to die if Augustyn had killed me, and then I'd
Why didn't you
against
say
all
so?
come back like 2 months later as something else. Nah. Okay, Archibald lives. Bye.
Bye.
Augustyn, you have 16 points. Do you want to keep saving those for thaumaturgy?
Him hitting me upside the head from behind would not give me an excuse to up my alertness, would it?
It could, sure. Yeah. You can increase your alertness if you want.
the
If you
desire to
would
be
come back to me,
to
I
avoid
want
that in
to
the
make
future.
sure that that's
That'll be 10 points.
ability to notice things that are going on in one's vicinity. Nah, yeah, I'll hold on to him for thaumaturgy.
Okay. You have enough to get the first dots of 2 new paths, if you want. Or maybe the first 2 dots of 1 path, also. Not sure about that. Darby, Thurgood, you have 4 points. You can get a new ability. You can get the second dot of an attribute. I think that does not apply to you.
You can only get appearance up to level 2. Which I don't think that's a very commonly leveraged social attribute. I guess I'm just going to hold.
Okay.
I can't really think of anything to spend them on right now.
Me neither. I know I have some points saved, but
I'm so optimized for brawling, and I can't invest in anything that would help or that is related to brawling.
I mean,
I think
you
I've
gotta
already
think
bought a
outside
point
the
of
box,
empathy.
man. Here I am just, like, throwing points at shit that I'm, like, casually related to.
My character
with
sheet
what
is
we
covered
did
in that crap.
session.
I got a point of etiquette.
You're very polite.
I do not.
I'm thinking, okay, so what was the time limit rule? It was like 1 month between increasing, like adding dots to something that you've already added dots to.
I believe it was 1 month.
Yeah, that restriction makes less sense when we're getting experience at a lower rate as well. It's harder to, like, min-max.
I might revise that just because of the pace of the game and for the sake of, you know, us having more fun. I might revise that to like a week, an in-game week. I think that might feel a bit more appropriate. And
Like, if
Have
every
we
time we
gone
played
through
was a
an
new
in-game
night,
week?
like, that'd be one thing, but it's just not. Like, it'll take 2 months to go through one night or more.
yeah,
Like, we had a night that lasted, like, 6 months. So,
or it could even be stretched out to something more like number of sessions. Something I'll consider a few different options, but I would like for you guys to be able to start putting those points into disciplines, which I think are the most fun thing to put points into. And everyone's quite nearly maxed out on that stuff. So yeah, I will figure that out and get back to you guys.
dope.
But all right, that was...
We'll just save up all our points until then.
Yeah.
Thank you
All
for
right.
DMing and being awesome as always.
Yep. Later, y'all.
Love you guys.
Likewise. All right. Peace.
Peace.